Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 11. So today, we are going to continue on with more Voidwatch, I think. But before that, there's something else I wanted to do. We're going to experiment with high-tier battlefield missions. Oh, he's glaring at us. There is no denying your skill and experience. I deem you worthy. The adversaries that once vexed you and your companions are now but specks of settled dust on your trail of conquest. However, I can make them worth battling once more. Oh, he's glaring at us again. In exchange, I require a vessel containing your memories and something you adventurers refer to as merit points. Okay, exchange merit point. We want the Celestial Nexus Phantom Gem. And that's a key item that's basically gonna let us redo the Celestial Nexus fight, except at item level. At least that's the way I understand it. And I've never actually done any of these. I only have ever read about them. And I know some of the later ones have things changed about them. This particular one doesn't seem to have anything mentioned about it on the wiki. On BG Wiki anyway, there's nothing in the testimonials. Maybe I need to look at the boss name. Sometimes they do it that way. For the most part, it looks similar to the original fight, but I guess we'll see when we get there. Also, I guess I could have used the... I didn't have to run across the bridge. Oh well. No. Previous page, please. We need Tulia. We need the Shrine of Ruavitao. Swing. And the reason we're doing this is actually it's for our monthly row objective. This is the monthly row objective, high tier battlefield. It'll get us 10 deeds of heroism, which will eventually, after I don't know, a year or so, if we manage to keep up with them, we'll be getting some really good goodies with them. And if I had been keeping up with them, I'd have some of those goodies already, but I didn't realize what you could get out of them, so I didn't really put a lot of stock in them. It's a curse. I'm dumb. Okay, so you see that star by it? That means it's the battlefield that we want. And when you're first fighting it, you're only allowed to select the easier difficulties until you beat it. And we're just going to go ahead and try it on normal, because we have item level 119, so you know, I guess we'll see if we can beat that. And if we can't, no biggie, we'll just go grab another key item and I don't know if we should use Shantato 2 or not. She'd be good for phase 2. Yeah, we'll see what happens. See, because it's been raised to item level, it's going to have a lot more HP It could very well kill us, so. Also, I think there's the caveat that we have to kill his orbitals first. Yeah, he's got orbitals, and we can't... See how much lower our damage is because it's actually, you know, like the content's at level with us. Oh man, we probably should have put it on very easy. Let's see, that landed on everyone because... Oh shit, you got blind roll. We're boned. Yeah, we should have put it on very easy. Okay, no problem, no problem. We'll just come back and put it on very easy. I don't think the difficulty we beat it on matters for the objective. But yeah, you can basically, these high tier battlefields, they're a way for you to, or at least for, I guess they're more for new players, I would imagine. Right, like people who weren't around when this content was current. And they let you experience it as if it were current. And obviously that fight would be a lot easier if we actually had real players. Because the way you used to handle that fight, I'm sure I explained this way back when we actually did it, back in like the 50s of this Let's Play. You had everyone sub ninja or stand super duper far away. so that they could block all of his exoplate shenanigans with use of semi-shadows. And then you had mages sleep the orbitals and everyone else focused on the exoplates. And that made it super duper easy, because since everyone had ninja subs and Elden Arche only cast like Sleep Cthulhu and Ancient Magic, you just had to use poison potions or El Pachira fruit, and that would keep you awake through Sleep Cthulhu. And then, since the orbitals were just asleep, they would basically be a non-issue, right? So this time we'll just put it on very easy, just so we can win, or at least have a better chance at winning. We might lose on very easy as well. I don't know, because we didn't even get past the exoplates, man. We didn't even get past the exoplates. I think I'll change my trust layout a little bit for it too. Mainly because I don't have a Pururu right now. And I did it again. I ran across the bridge instead of turning around. Yeah, basically these high tier battlefields though, once you're fully merited, like we're not fully merited still. We still have to merit 2 other weapon skills at a minimum. We got to merit some of the other jobs up. We've got to finish the max merits category so that we can hold 75 merits at a time. But once all of our merit categories are fully merited, this is I don't know if it's the only thing we can spend merit points on, but it's one of the only ways to spend merits. Because eventually you get fully merited and no longer need merits. So, and even these battlefields, as hard as they can be, they're actually all dated, as far as I'm aware. The stuff you get from them is going to be item level 119, but it's going to be on the lower middle end of I-119. It's going to be like equal to or slightly better than our welfare gear that we've got. Although, interestingly enough, the sword we've got on right now comes from the high tier battlefield version of the Archangel fights. And, oh, damn it. I meant to skip the event. And so we actually have some gear from this already that the Goblin box gave us. Well, that wasn't much of an event. Did I use regular Prish last time, or did I use Prish number 2? I don't remember. When I say last time, I meant when I fought that Wyver. Well, was kicking our ass in Voidwatch. Giving us the bad touch. But yeah, with him being a lower level, we're doing a lot more damage. So, and he has less HP. We should at least break the exoplate this time. I mean. Damn, you can stun the exoplates? That's interesting. Yay! We put it on very easy, and now we're kicking his ass. Yay, we did it. Arcane Flower Pot, Boost Vitality, Spark Strand Thread, and Rim Tails Chapter 8. Huh? Maybe the Rim's Tails stuff is used for obtain key item Broken Flying Machine? I guess we take that back to Raging Possum? I really don't know anything about these high-tier battlefields. Life is finite and fleeting. How will you spend the rest of what remains to you? I wonder what we're supposed to do with the floating air chair key item. Or broken floating chair. I guess I should look that up. Broken flying machine. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, you know what? I think this is... Okay, this is related to a quest we got earlier. Oh, look, we also got 5,000 capacity points for the monthly objective. I don't think we've earned even a single job point yet. Apparently, like, we get a quest involving this Elden Arce's floating chairs of mount, it would seem. Saw it in Fei Yin, huh? Okay, so basically we gotta go to Fei Yin now. There's a strange apparatus in Fei Yin that we gotta go examine. What the hell does this quest have me do? Doctor status? Seems kind of weird. For strange apparatuses, we gotta go through the basement. We'll go get this this cutscene here in Fayen or whatever, but I think after that we'll just get back to Voidwatch, because apparently we're gonna need gonna need 38 elemental crystal clusters. I don't know if we have that in our Moogle. We might. That's what 360, 456 crystals. We might have that much in one of our Moogles. Like, apparently what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go to the strange apparatus in Fayen here. Then we gotta go find a Vuluganan coffer and open it with a coffer key to get a key item. Then we gotta get doctor status from another strange apparatus somewhere else, like Dangraf Wadi or Crawler's Nest. Then we gotta come back to Fayen with an infinity core and a green chip and 38 elemental crystal clusters. And then we'll be able to get a key item that lets us go back to Mapitoto and get Eldon Arce's chair as a mount. But the main thing I wanted to show off was with Eldon Arce was, well, just doing a high tier battlefield and, you know, difficulty selection and whatnot. You've been hearing faint voices inside your head. It seems to be some sort of conversation. Karia Ali, that's the one of the fucking dudes that's telling us about Voidwatch. Carria Alio, how proceeds the... You must mean Eldonarche's flying. Things progressing slowly. So there, problem of the machine. Simply put, this machine never intended humans to use scout craft as a base. However, we cannot impede us. Naturally, in order to resolve, rethink the entire architect and implement system using the crystal propulsion as a base. It is time. Perform the levitation device. Activation test. Care. Watch yourself. That must fascinate. I think will. The procedure quite simple. We must insert levitation device and crystal energy source in this device. There seems warning. Sorry, it requires a green chip and an infinity core. It still seems give off warning. Looks like don't have enough crystal. Let's try cluster. In that moment, the conversation in your head disappeared. In that moment, a picture of Ganon Palace appeared in your mind. So we have to go get a coffer key. Which I think possibly the Curio Mogul sells this to us now, but maybe not. Oh shit! Oh man. We might not have progressed Rhapsodies far enough to get coffer keys for all the zones, but I think we have actually, so we'll see. Does that save us a little bit of time? But the main thing is going to be running around Sky to get coffers. The coffers are all in basements though, so like, man, it could be all over the place really. Keys, please. Ganon coffer key. Alright. And basically all we'll have to do is run around in the sky hoping to find the coffer in one of the basements of Ganon Palace. Somebody on Dragoon went through that teleporter. Sand elf. I'm pretty sure there's basically going to be a basement for every entrance to Ganon Palace that exists, except for the two entrances on the main island because they don't lead to a basement directly. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. because there's 8 entrances, and well, actually there's 10 entrances, but there's 9 maps, and 8 of those maps are the basements to the 8 entrances that correspond to each of the Sky God Islands. So all we have to do is go around in the giant circle, going to the basement, and seeing if the coffer is there or not. Fortunately, also, each of the basements are different. So the quick pull-up maps I have on BG Wiki, they show me exactly where the one coffer spawn per basement is. So we won't have to look very hard. Are you aggroing me? You are aggroing me. What a jerk. Oh, fantastic. Inventory -2. I'm gonna throw away that. I'm gonna throw away this arcane flower pot as well. I don't know if I should hang on to these long term or if I should just give up on them for the moment. The one thing I can definitely throw away though is the Twilight Cape. The only thing it does is it gives 5% more to the weather or day effect. If you actually get the effect, which you don't get 100% of the time anyway. So I'm pretty sure almost every other cape in the game is better to nuke with. So I'm just gonna throw it away. Yeah. See, I think it's better and faster. We're just gonna go clockwise around. I think it'll be faster to just do that on the outside of the islands. I could be wrong. Not 100% sure. Need to go the other way. And I'm looking up doctor status. Apparently we go to another strange apparatus and do some sort of password input, which converts our character name into numbers, which each of the letters in the name being one less number than they are in the alphabet. So like A is 0, or 00 rather. C would be 02. L would be, I think, 11. And M would be 12. So that's gonna be a whole mind fuck. That was the process originally for getting the rune weapons, I believe. That Galka explained to us that we randomly talked to in Juno that one time back in, like, I don't even remember how early in the Let's Play. It's definitely something I've never done before. Always curious to do, but never really done it before. We've got to get this doctor status, apparently. Well, I'm glad that was open. Okay, so this is the one with 3 circles. Okay, and this one can actually have 2 coffer spots. And they're in the big circle rooms that are at the end of the hallways. I'm pretty sure this is one of the coffers in the game that I've actually never encountered and never opened. Because the reasons, like, you would open it back in the day to get the map, but we have the map because of them moving the map to, you know, vendor shops. So, you know, back in the day, you'd have more of a reason to find this, but also back in the day, there was almost no reason to find this because the entire event of Sky was predicated around just sort of going into these dungeons, you know, as shallowly as possible. Like, you didn't want to go deep inside. And if you were one of the people going deep inside, you know, it's not really that difficult of a layout to comprehend without a map. So I know a lot of people who just never got the maps for anywhere in Sky except the outside, and then just memorized Sky by the entrance they were going into and the color teleporters they were having to take. It's kind of like the Wild West. Uncharted territory that you chart with your mind. You remember the landmarks, you go from there. Of course, it's actually a real shame, though. I mean, if I had known back in the day that you could, like, I think if you open these coffers and you have all the drops from them or whatever, or they don't drop you like an item directly and they just give you gil. I know the ones outside give like, I want to say like 58k or something to a single person. So if you were willing to come up to Sky and get these coffer keys by like killing the detectors, which is not something super hard to do, you could probably have used this as a gil making method. It's probably slightly slower than other methods, but I would imagine it didn't have that much competition. Although there might have been RMTs up here doing that. I don't know. People always said RMTs were rampant in Sky, but it's hard to tell how much of that was a joke and how much of that was people saying that about other groups to feel less bad about the intense competition. There's always been a sort of social dynamic in the Final Fantasy XI player base where, like, if you were in a really successful Link shell, it was assumed that they botted and were terrible people. And for the most part, that was actually true. Like, Of course, then, you know, what's the dynamic between people who, you know, like, if you're in a scummy link shell and you're okay with it, what's your dynamic between you and the other scummy link shells that are also okay with cheating? Right? That's something I can't speak to from experience, because, like, if my link shell mates were doing anything scummy, I didn't know about it. Like, I wasn't privy to knowing if we had bots or not. I don't think we did, because we usually lost claim. And I was able to outclaim other link shells occasionally, and I played on fucking PS2 for the HMNM era, 75 era, so. But I do wonder, like how people felt, like, you know, how people feel still, you know, people who are willing to cheat feel about other people who are willing to cheat. Do they feel, you know, relatable? Like, do they feel like, oh yeah, of course you cheat, you need to in this game, etc., etc.? Or do they, like, you know, put each other down? The way it always appeared to me was that they put each other down, because, like, you know, it's just another unwanted competitor. So I remember on Astra's server back in the day, like 2007 to 2009 or so, the biggest in-game link shells were like Remedy, Kieran of the Destroyers, a couple others I don't remember. And then at some point in that time period, a bunch of players showed up from a different server. They like all transferred over to Ashura, and they made a link shell with bright orange pearl called 24/7. And they came on the scene pretty hard, and people said, "I hate these people. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They bot. They bot. They bot. They're all asshole scumbags. They're just gearing up alts." Etc., etc. Like, and I don't remember all the things that went around about that link shell. I just know that I never wanted to be a part of them, and a lot of them had Adam and Hopper, because I remember that much about them. And I don't remember if they were. I think they came to the server pre-salvage ban, and a lot of them got salvage banned. But I don't really remember or know anything about the in-game world after salvage bans. I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Because after that, I was never in a link shell that did H&Ms again, at least with any regularity. I wonder if we're actually going to be able to complete the entire circuit, checking every single coffer spot before the coffer would have moved. Because, I think the coffer moves like every 30 minutes or something, or every 20 minutes. And, like, we might not even... Like, we might not even know that we're in competition with somebody else to find the coffer, and they might pop the coffer, and then the coffer would respawn. I think it's a shorter respawn time if someone actually opens it, but I don't actually remember how coffers work. Or if they've been sped up on their timer or anything. But yeah, I hope you don't mind this diversion from Voidwatch. I mean, I don't personally feel like Voidwatch is that riveting content for this game, at least in this era. Although it might be kind of interesting to see me meatheading it, because I'm not exactly sure when it would have been a good idea to start using phase displacers. I do know where to buy phase displacers now, because I looked it up, because some of the incoming notorious monsters we're going to fight in Voidwatch, they're gonna have such painful auras or painful stat ailments that we don't want to deal with them at their full power. Even if item level is making them easy, we don't want to deal with that. We just want to make them weak and get them out of the way. But it turns out that currently we've only got up to Rhapsody and Crimson, and you need all the way up to Rhapsody and Mauve to buy phase displacers for cheap. Right now they cost 20k per displacer, and that kind of sucks. But it could be worse. Let's see. No, I didn't want to click that. I wanted to see which one we're in. Okay, so yeah, there's only going to be one coffer spot in this one, and it's going to be in that center room. But yeah, I just figured I'd show off Voidwatch because it ends with a really cool boss that gets referenced in Final Fantasy XIV's Eureka content. And in fact, you could say that the Eureka content in Final Fantasy XIV is directly referencing Voidwatch, because of the fact that all of the... I mean, it's a different Void within Final Fantasy XIV terms, but, you know, like in just like layman terms, like Eureka has a bunch of Void monsters come from the Void to attack this island because it's full of juicy, delicious energy and monsters for them to inhabit and stuff and take over. And they really do reference a lot of notorious monsters from 11, and like the entire point of the Eureka content in Final Fantasy XIV was to basically be a Final Fantasy XIV homage to 11. There's a lot of fates there with bosses that are named after and referencing well-known notorious monsters and specific battlefield fights from 11. Like there's one called Brothers, which references the brothers E and M. There's, you know, a King Arthro crab to kill next to a lake. There's you know, several other things. I think they got Capricious Cassie in there that actually drops a Cassie earring. That's like one of the best earrings you can equip in Eureka and stuff like that. In the last Eureka zone, the sky turns blood red occasionally, as a sign of like spatial displacement or something. And then like a Yovra fate spawns, and it's called Avni, which was the Yovra in Abyssia. You know, where there's a red sky, and I don't know. They do the Baldessian Arsenal, which has Absolute Virtue in it, and it's a Final Fantasy XIV version of Absolute Virtue. It's a pretty cool homage to like see. Of course, it didn't really make anyone want to play 11. It just made the average Final Fantasy XIV player be like, man, why is everything separate? Why is, you know, this like contained content? Why can't I do anything here and have it reflect progress elsewhere in the game and stuff? It was actually really well liked content too, but it was also had a lot of critics. Let's see, we've got 4 more places to check. Right, we've got 4 more entrances to check, 4 more basements to check. I really hope we find it in the next one. I'd love to go back to hitting monsters. Although, we'd have to go do the whole password shenanigans and buy a green chip and an infinity core from somewhere, which... I think the easiest actual way to get an infinity core might be to go into Dynamis. Which, if we get to that step and we can't... Like, after we find this coffer, I'm gonna see if I can't buy an infinity core off the auction house. And likely I won't be able to, and I'm not gonna, like, go into Dynamis on camera. Like, if anything, the way I'll handle this is we'll get this coffer. If we can get the infinity core, we'll keep going with it. And if we can't get the infinity core, then we will just put that off, and I'll get an infinity core off camera between episodes, and then like we'll go back to doing some Voidwatch, and then like next episode I'll start off with like what needs to be done for the rest of this quest to get this mount. Because that's what this is all for, by the way. This is for getting Elden Arce's chair as a mount. Completely unplanned. My initial plan for this episode was to just beat that high tier battlefield and then go back to Voidwatch. And as you can see, we have not gone back to Voidwatch. Okay, I think, yeah, the coffer is just in that center room again. But nothing. I wonder if it would be technically faster or literally faster to like sub Black Mage or come Black Mage main, and then every time we check the basement, warp, and then home point warp back or something. I don't think that would really be faster, because every time you'd come here via home point warp, you'd have to run down. You'd have to select the right island and then run down. Of course, I guess that would be about the same time as running back up from the basement anyway. I don't actually know. Might save you some time though, like, because every 2 basements you check on the second basement, you know, you'd warp out and you'd come back and you could instantly home point to a different island. Because each of the home points and Ruan Gardens are on the Layloth Amphitheater entrances for the Archangel fights. Three more basements. It's kind of funny, I find myself feeling nostalgic for the older part of this Let's Play already. It's like, man, remember when I was enjoying myself just at the 75 cap, and like a battle with the Sky God was like everything. It was this really hard, 5 to 6 minute battle. Where like, if one thing went wrong, I'd lose. Unless it was Gimbu. Really though, by the time I got the Sky God fights down, the hardest one wound up being Seiryu. And that was because of how much he could spam his TP moves. And the fact that, he had a dispelling TP move that would dispel 3 buffs at a time, and he could spam it back to back to back, get rid of all my buffs, on me and all my trusts. And then that would effectively make us naked, and he'd kill us. Not to mention my trust would start to try to rebuff, which would eat a lot of MP. Of course, if he just did attack moves like Fang Rush back to back to back, there was a chance he might kill my tank trust, but it was an infinitely better situation, because, let's see, which one is this? Gonna assume, come on now. Okay, so there's only one coffer spot here. It's in that one cul-de-sac circle. Please let me just find the coffer already. I'm glad they never did coffers ever again after Rise of the Zealot Stones. It's like, I like opening up treasure boxes, and I'm glad they exist, but I'm also glad that it stopped being a form of content. Because, like, imagine if we had to continue to find coffer keys every single expansion they released for this game. Like, could you imagine trying to find a coffer key in, like, or not key, but box in, like, Ottawa Chasm, and, you know, one of the potential spawn places for it would be on top of Paradmore Tor, and you'd be like, oh, motherfucker, I'm not going up to that one. I'd rather just wait. And of course, you know, that's technically an outdoor zone, so it wouldn't have coffer anyway, but I'm just thinking out loud. Oh. Thinking out loud. Coffer in the Garden of Rumet or the Grand Palace of Huxoi, those would be some really fucking annoying coffers to find if they existed. I'm so glad they don't. Although one has to wonder, why don't they, if coffers exist in Sky here, right? Like, you know, Sky is a similar situation. Like, it hasn't left the dimensional plane or whatever. It's not like sitting up in space or on the moon or anything. But it is like, you know, a world away from the rest of the world. Like, it's floating up in the, you know, upper atmosphere or whatever, when no other place in the game does that. It's only populated by elemental spirits, the sky gods that are bound to it, the birds that are up here, I guess as decorative birds, I don't know, and then the automated caretakers, and then I guess the kobolds and animated weapons that somehow got in here at some point. You know, basically, there's no people, is what I'm trying to say. And in C, you know, there's no people anymore. They've all been transmogrified into either Luminians or Lemurians, and they should still have had all the stuff they had before. I mean, like, there should be treasure chests. If there's this treasure chest to find, you know, in one ancient Zillert structure, you know, then why not in another? I heard the game is technically in maintenance mode now. They've decided to switch out the staff and let the staff, you know, like, including the lead developer or producer or whatever, Matsui P, he's no longer part of the Final Fantasy XI team. It's switching over to Yuji Fujito, and he's like, I'm gonna keep the lights on, and it's just like, Oh, okay. You know, it's like we're gonna get one more story update, one more battle content update, and then they're just gonna keep the lights on. It's, not very hopeful sounding sort of thing, you know. But I guess as long as I get to finish this Let's Play up to all the story missions that they have planned, and who knows, like, they've actually, this same thing has happened to 11 a couple of times now, where people are like, oh man, it's over, this is the last thing we're getting. Oh man, it's over, this is the last thing we're getting. Oh, the coffer, the coffer, the coffer, the coffer. Oh, it's the coffer. Oh, finally, the coffer. Give me that coffer. Okay, obtain a key item, a levitation device from the chest. An attachment likely to have been used in the flying machine. This device serves no purpose on its own. You may be able to get a hint for how to repair it by examining the strange apparatus in Fayen. Okay. So now we're at the point where we need Doctor mode or whatever. So we've got to go to another strange apparatus and do that. And the ones I remember how to get to the easiest are the ones in Dangraf Wadi and the ones in Crawler's Nest. And I guess I'll do that. Of course, I gotta see if we can get the Infinity Core or not. So, which I think will just be under miscellaneous. Oh, nope, they're there. Okay. I guess we continue boldly on then. Maybe there's a market for those now, since there's like quests and things related to them. Gotta buy a... Really am gonna miss this game when it's gone. Quitting several times over the years, you know, it means nothing because the game's still here and you could always, you know, just start again. Begin again, you know. And, yeah, I'm just gonna throw away these Rim's Tails. I need the inventory space right now. But yeah, when they actually ever do finally pull the plug and there's no way to play except on private servers or something, like that's when private servers are really gonna take off. Of course, there's a whole subsection of people that believe that, you know, they're not gonna ever delete a mainline Final Fantasy game, and so Final Fantasy 11 is gonna keep the lights on forever. But it's like, are they really gonna charge us a sub fee forever? Like, surely there's gonna reach a point where it's easy to keep the lights on and we'll be able to play for free, right? Yeah, probably not. Let's see. Where do we want to go now? We actually want to go to Crawler's Nest, I suppose. I've never gotten doctor status in this game either. I've never tried. I mean, there's that one time I think I tried, like after I talked to that Galka, to get rune weapon or something. But you know, they're not item level weapons anymore, as far as I'm aware, unless they added in a way for that to be. And even back in the day at 75 Cat, the rune weapons really weren't seen as all that worth it, because in order to make use of them on melee jobs, you'd either have to be subbing a mage job in the first place, which was usually undesirable because almost everyone was subbing ninja or samurai, but also because you'd need a method of refresh to keep the effect going. And for most of the rune weapons, the effect is not powerful enough to justify, you know, buying Yagudo drinks just to drink every, you know, so often. Just, you know, overall, like, they're very cool looking weapons, but they're not very good weapons. They did reuse all their models for the jailer weapons in C, which actually had a similar concept when you think about it. Like, they consume the virtue stones instead of MP, which is a better system because it doesn't rely on, you know, forcing a certain sub job, but also kind of still sucks. You have to farm virtue stones if you want to use those weapons. Of course, those also don't matter anymore at item level because they're not item level. So it's just one of those things, you know. Also, it's still wild to me to have the map for Crawler's Nest. This is very much a cave that I used to come into, and I would, you know, run around and find and remember. It's like, oh, I remember this is the way down to the basement because of all those mushrooms. Stuff like that. Okay, so now we just gotta hug the left wall, I believe. I think it's that bulge right there. I think that's what we run through. Yep. Okay. Sermon door. Okay, so how do I get this doctor status? Okay. The voice of a young woman rings in your head. Well, welcome to the Morph Matter emulator. Insert an infinity core and an elementally compatible chip to begin item replicating process. If you register doctor, emulator settings will adjust accordingly. Emulator will now conduct user authorization. Please input your 8-digit password. Okay, so our password's going to be 0200. I believe. Let's see. Where's the table? There's actually a table for the thing. Yeah. So 11, and we add that all up, and it'll be 13 plus 2, which is 15, I believe. Password error. Registration complete. Your access level is assistant. Oh no. Did I fuck it up? I think I fucked it up. Okay, so yeah, it should be 02 00 11. Oh, I guess it was 13, not 15. What? Oh, I'm confused here. What is Crawler's Nest's area code? It says 02 for their area code. So, wait. I guess we get to try as many times as we want, though. 02 00 11. Yeah, it should be 15. I think, right? It's gonna be an 8-digit thing. What the heck? Huh. Let's see. Calculated using the first 3 letters of your character's name and the area in which the apparatus is found. In order to ascertain its password, you must do the following. Convert the first 3 letters of your player name into 2-digit numbers based on their position in the alphabet minus 1 number. Okay. Now add each of these numbers separately to the code associated with the corresponding apparatus listed on the chart above. And they're using the character name Pumpkin Spice. Pumpkin Spice is at the apparatus and Garlic Citadel, which is code 06. So add 6 to each number. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. So it's 08, 06, 17, and then we add those up. That's 31 plus 2, so 33? What? Okay, so yeah, it's 08. Oh, wait. We're not adding 6, we're adding 2. We're adding 2 to each of these. So it's 04, 02, 13, And so now we add, what's that? 6 to 13 is 19, plus 2 is 21. Registration complete. Your access level is Doctor. Okay. Also, sorry if you heard a bunch of dog barking like crazy. A guest just arrived. And, they go crazy every time someone arrives, so. Alright, so now we have Doctor access. We've just got to go... What is it? Back to... Well, actually, we need 38 elemental crystal clusters. So we need 3 stacks of clusters. Oh, well, 3 stacks of clusters and then 2 clusters. It says any elemental combination works, so... we'll just step over here to the... Alchemist Guild, see how many crystals we got in our Moogle still from when I leveled crafting to, or cooking to 110. And, yeah, I still can't believe I actually did that, by the way. If I can actually put a craft all the way up. So. Alright, come here, ephemeral Moogle. Son of a bitch. Okay. Okay, so that's not even gonna be... Maybe if we used all of them? As many as you can fit. So he should give us... What, 18... Okay, so we got 18 wind clusters out of that. We should get 10 fire clusters out of this, right? Okay. Now we should get 7, so we just need 3 more clusters. So... dark. Alright, we didn't have to spend a dime. Although we are spending potential money still, obviously. Back to Feyen. It's kind of weird that we have to get doctor status from somewhere else and not the one in Feyen. I don't know why that is, but I assume we'll find out shortly, maybe. Also, sorry if this video has been a bit boring with all this running around and just me yammering. I don't know. It's basically just lacking a lot of combat is all. There's no action, no action. All character development. No, I'm just kidding, it's not even character development. Although we're gonna get a cool mount out of the deal, so... there is that. Hey, an actual person. How about that? Master level 15 thief. With a Gandring and a turret and all sorts of amazing gear. Some of which we could actually start aspiring to get. they were wearing Malignants, and if we do the high tier battlefield for Lady Lilith and actually win, we have a chance to get Malignants. Of course, I don't know if we could beat Lady Lilith even on very easy with our welfare gear. We might be able to. I mean, the level difference might be enough. But, you know, she does more ridiculous things than other ones. And the Malignants set is for Leather Daddies and Red Mage. And I'm pretty sure the only reason they put Red Mage on it is because it wouldn't make any sense to have a Red Mage outfit. You know, what's clearly a reskin of a Red Mage outfit, not available for Red Mage to wear. So, definitely might be a set we're interested in getting in the future, but for right now, I think it's a bit beyond us. But all in good time, all in good time. Walking through this area now just makes me remember earlier in the Let's Play's lifetime where I was camping the Shadow Imps as well as EXPing up here. Solo with Just Trust is actually a really good EXP spot, and I had a great time being able to EXP here and then also, you know, work towards getting, you know, the Irioto's bow or Valley's bow or whatever, and the cross counters / retaliators. Okay. Greetings, Dr. Calmwind. Levitation device detected. Analyzing levitation device. Fatal error. Levitation device damage confirmed. Initiating restoration progress. Restoration complete. Transit to levitation initiation phase. 10%, 15%, 18%, 18%, 18%, 18%. Initiation failed. The levitation device was not initialized. You can use a green chip and an infinity core to initialize levitation device. Okay. The voice of a young woman was in your head. Confirmed. The green chip, infinity core, initiating levitation device. Initialization process. 10%, 50%, 70%, 90%, 98%, 98%. Insert 38 crystal clusters to supply energy. Okay, so 10, 12. Crystal cluster insertion confirmed. Energy charge complete. Transitioning to activation phase. 10%, 35%, 55%, 85%, 95% complete. Please proceed with the unit connection phase. Obtained key item, whirring engine. An attachment likely to have been used in the flying machine. This device vibrates softly as it rapidly spins. What is it, like a gyro or something? Return to Mapitoto. Okay. Can do. We'll just... Let's see, if we whip out our mats cap, we have to wait 30 seconds. I guess let's see how close we get to the crystal, because... Oh, wait, nope. Nope. We used mats cap last night, and it's still got a 2-hour cooldown, so never mind. I guess we'll see what happens. Do we get to the crystal over there first, or does our warp ring come off cooldown? And quite honestly, even if the warp ring comes off cooldown slightly beforehand, which I don't actually think it's going to, The time it would take to warp, then use the crystal again to go back to Upper Juno would be slower than just using this crystal to go straight to Upper Juno. So, alright, I think we're almost there. Actually, I know we're almost there. Upper Juno. That little girl's body has not loaded in yet. Wild. Alright, Mappy Toto. Give me my mount. Amazing, this is exactly what we needed. What the fuck? I made a slight mistake with the tuning. I'll fix it right away. Dude, how are you gonna fix an explosion that big, dude? You better not make me go out to get another fucking... I thought you were making this for yourself, Jaredade. This Levitus. Oh, that seems to be this mount's name. It's carved into the seat. Anyways, I'll make my own once I develop a new engine. I think I can use the old one for reference. Uh-oh. Brutus is mad. Cool, we got a new mount. What a fucking awesome diversion, huh? Okay, but as far as Voidwatch goes, I think we gotta talk to some Voidwatch officers and then like go back to Juno or something. I don't know. I've lost the plot here. What the hell? Also, I guess let me know if you want to see me do any of the other high tier battlefields, because like there's a bunch of them. There's one for the Shadow Lord. There's one for fighting Camlanalt in Delkfoot's Tower. There's there's just all sorts of them, and like the rewards are all item level 119, so they're technically worth doing. It's just technically they're not, because they're not the best item level 119 stuff we can get, so. Well, that's a mount, all right. I got freaking Elden Arc's chair, man. What even is this game anymore, man? Of course, honestly, as far as high-tier battlefields go, I should probably actually fully merit just to, you know, not feel bad about spending merits on battlefield attempts. Also, you get a title from each of the high-tier battlefields if you beat them on very difficult, which means you have to beat them twice, and the second time has to be on very difficult. So I don't think we'll be doing that with Trusts, not with the current gear we have, and certainly probably not on Warrior, but at least not Warrior that... I've read some testimonials of people with master levels soloing very difficult, because when you get master levels, you actually become a higher level than even the very difficult ones. So it's, you know, it's a case of grinding makes it possible. But for us, who don't even have job points, yeah, we're kind of up shit creek without paddle. Be relegated to normal or lower, depending on the fight. Of course. Not entirely useless. Malgofar, what the fuck, man? Dude, the Archduke is dead. What is the meaning of this interruption? My pardons, Your Excellency. We've received dire news from the field. 2 new rifts have been confirmed at previously unbreached locations. 2, you say? Aye, one is buried in the sands of Alchem Dunes, the other on Burumu Peninsula. At present, it responds neither to Voidstone nor a White Stratum Abyssite 5. Okay. Obtained 50,000 gil. Okay, so basically... we have to go to the past and talk to Voidwatch officers in the past. So... this is the point where if we hadn't, in the last video, hadn't gone to Saramouk Champagne's Bulwark Gate, then we would have been fucked. And all I really want to do is I want to get our next Stratum Abyssite upgrade, which should be the White Stratum 6. And then I'm going to show you where to buy the Void Displacers, because I don't know if we absolutely need them, but I absolutely want them. I want this to be easy. I don't want to have to deal with bullshit. Reattempting, wasting Void Stuns, wasting time. Oh, hey, it's Dalzak. In the past. I guess technically we're flying higher than we do on the Tull Fair. But I still wouldn't really consider this flying. It's very static. Let's see, what other monthly objectives do I have left to do? Experience change and wanted monsters. We can do any wanted monster, I believe, for that. So there's some that are like level 75, I believe. Like Bounding Belinda or something like that. Or maybe they're level 99. Either way, we could probably scrunch that in at some point. Show off Unity monsters. Start showing off Unity monsters. There's a whole system for Unity monsters, and they drop some really good shit. That's item level 119. Or item level 119 adjacent. Like, there's a belt called, like, the Salifi belt, which I want to say it has a bunch of strength, attack, haste, and I think it gives triple attack. It's a pretty desirable belt by a lot of people. See it a lot. Kind of wish that they had the people put their hands out to the pads, but I guess that wouldn't have worked for Tarus. So. Hello, Hadi Mithras. Tell me things. Well, we're right here by the Duchy, so... all according to Kikaku. Hello, Archduke, while you're still alive. Von Kurl, Grauberg, and Fort Korogo, Narugo. So specifically areas that are in the past. Okay. And somehow in the past, he's able to upgrade our Stratum Abyssites to tier 6. So, next time we'll start off with the tier 6 ones. But for now, let's see if we can teleport to Jugner Forest real quick. I don't think we can. I don't think there's... I've changed my mind, actually. Let's see, I'm not sure where this guy is in Jugner Forest. Phase Displacer. Norvalen, please. Guy's name is Ardric at I-8. Oh, is he like right here at the outpost? Sure enough. Oh ho, I can tell from your behavioral patterns and accoutrements with which you adorn yourself that you're a man of the watch. How about I let you in on some trade secrets? All I ask is that you refrain from sharing them with every Tomasa, Dixon, and Harith. Ask about a secret weapon? As you probably don't recall, there are 5 distinct chronospatial shifts that factor into Voidwalker combat that we term phases. If we are to defeat these extraplanar preambulators, we must utilize the full spectrum of these rifts by, yes, aligning with our foe. So if it would seem you are not completely illiterate on the subject, providing remedial courses to cranially challenged individuals is malms beneath me, however. If you need a refresher on the science behind alignment, go harass a Voidwatch officer. All I'll say on this topic is that the alignment is analogous to a cross-dimensional bridge. What a fitting analogy, if I do say so myself. These monstrosities start out as massive crevices, separating you and your contingent from the sweet nectar of victory, but once the bridge is completed, the path to victory is vastly more accessible. And what, pray tell, is the name of the extraordinary artifact that lays the foundation for this metaphorical bridge to triumph? Why, none other than the Phase Displacer. Simply place a Phase Displacer within proximity of a planar rift and gaze in awe at the resulting void cluster, which should make the power of your void stone surge exponentially. Furthermore, deploying void clusters at the beginning of battle will precipitate shifts in phase alignment. These special shifts then significantly alter the alignment's effects, thus inhibiting the most deadly aspects of your Voidwalker enemy. I doubt someone outside of avant-garde research circles such as you can fully conceptualize the plethora of mechanisms that compromise the sublime process. Perhaps a more perspicuous way to state the consequences would be the baddies get weaker. The baddies get weaker. Okay. Let's see. We got 5 monsters to fight. And then I know we've got more after that. Let's just grab 50. That's gonna cost us like 1 million gil. Oof. If we had Rhapsody and Mauve, that would have cost us 50k. But, oh well. I don't mind. I don't mind. Anyway, we're pretty much right up on the 2-hour hard limit again, so next time we will slaughter the rest of Voidwatch, maybe. At least we'll slaughter more Voidwalkers, that's for sure. So until then, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.